Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to this bonus message for this day. So we're going to talk a little bit about surrender now. I've received Georgie's My Divine Masculine Blue Ice Tarot, his new deck, over the weekend, and it's a twin flame oracle. This is gorgeous, and I'm going to be doing a little deck review with this later on. So I got this deck the other day and I was shuffling it, and the surrender card came out. And I put it back in. I thought I'll just give it another shuffle, and the surrender card flew out again. So this is a huge message right now to surrender, to give this journey to heaven, to trust the love. And that dove there is a symbol of peace. So when we as a divine feminine, give this journey to heaven, that means we focus on love. We focus on giving to ourselves. We focus on joy. We trust the journey. We believe, we have faith. We go in nature. We meditate. We calm ourselves down if we're focusing on the 3D or struggles or what's going on social media. We find our peace. And peace comes to us in the present moment and in the now and being involved in what we're doing. And the dove is a great symbol, especially right now. We're in Leo energy right now, which is connected with the Lionsgate portal, doors opening, magic happening, things moving forward. But also, the dove is a symbol of peace. And if you're a Cancerian, this will really resonate with you, because in the horoscope reading for this week, the dove is a symbol of peace moving into your life. And I feel this is for everyone because we've just moved out of Cancer energy and we've moved into Leo energy. So peace is moving into your life. Things are feeling better and easier. Even when you have those days of struggle, those times of struggle where you struggle, you just find it hard to get through the day. You don't know how you're going to carry on. You're given strength. You're given strength and power from above. The angels protect you, connect with you, support you and guide you. And you're not alone. That's why you see the signs. So I feel a dove is going to come to you as a symbol of peace. Now I want to share something with you that I find quite funny, but also very powerful. Something that happened to me over the weekend. And it was a real symbol of something we all need to be aware of on this journey, even me as a twin flame in union. Because you may think that when you get into union, everything's wonderful and magical. And it is, but we still go through struggle. We still go through things on this journey because you and your twin are together as a unit. But you go through things, connected with your own life, or, I went through my mum's death, while I was in union. We had a big house move. George experienced some things in his family. So there's always things going on because life is always happening. It's not like you get into union and everything's wonderful for the rest of your life. You'll still deal with challenges and things that happen to you to grow you, because that's life. That's why you've come into this physical body. But you get through it together as a team. But you're also being reminded as your power as a divine feminine. You don't need your masculine to survive. Even in union, you are one and you're always one, but you are also you. And you are powerful and strong. And when you focus on love and joy and bliss and power, you can do anything in your life. So this was kind of reminded to me, it was shown to me in a powerful way over the weekend. So as you know, some of you know, some of you don't, but me and George, My Divine Masculine Blue Ice Tarot, have created this deck. We went on holiday for 2 weeks. We had a beautiful break by the sea in Torquay in the UK, in Devon, and we had a wonderful time. And we got back on Friday, and as I record this in real time for you, it's Tuesday today. So, this is about this energy where you just want to keep the holiday going, and that's what I wanted to do. So we got back, and Alton Towers theme park, which many of you will have heard of or even been to, it's about a 30-minute drive from our house. It's not far from, where we live at all. So we thought, right, we're going to carry the holiday on. So we got home on Friday, both very, very tired, both really wanting to just rest. And, it's a long drive back from Torquay to where we live in Staffordshire. It's like 4.5-hour drive. We got loads of washing and loads of stuff we needed to put away and sort out. So going to Alton Towers on the Saturday was probably not the best idea. But hey, you know, I booked it anyway. And we booked in to go to the theme park in the day and stay over in the hotel at night. So we woke up the next day, both still very tired. George had also been on a jet ski, so he was feeling it in his legs. And I did share a little video of that to him on his jet ski and a longer video for members. And we went to Alton Towers. We got there about 12:30, which was very late because the park shuts at 6, it opens at 10. And we went in there and we thought, right, what's the first thing we're going to do? Well, in there, they've got an Alton Towers dungeon. Now, they have these dungeons all over the UK. Okay, they've got London dungeon, the Blackpool dungeon, and the Alton Towers dungeon. Even though I've been to Alton Towers in the past, I haven't been to that because it's a new event. It's a new thing in there. So I was really looking forward to it. And we got there, and this is kind of what not to do on the journey. And I'm a big indicator of that through what I experienced this weekend. So there is a moral to this, bear with me, okay, because I'm going to put into context what happened in relation to the twin flame journey. So we went into the Alton Towers dungeon. We had to pay a supplement because it's involved, you know, it's in the park, but you have to pay extra to get in there because it's like a separate thing. So we went in there, and I don't know if any of you have been to those dungeons or you're not quite sure what it's all about, but they have different rooms, and each room is themed around the area, and there's like actors in there who play out parts. So for example, in London, it's probably easier to explain in London. You know, in London, back in the day, there was Jack the Ripper and Sweeney Todd, and they do things connected with Jack the Ripper. And people dress up as Jack the Ripper, and, you know, it's not scary, it's fun. And they get you involved. So they say, oh, you've been found guilty of treason, you know, for Guy Fawkes and all these things. And, you know, they bring all of that in. So it's really exciting. If you're ever in the UK and you have the opportunity to go to a dungeon, I really can recommend it. Just don't do what I did on this particular day. So we went into the dungeon. I was excited anyway, a bit tired, you know, but I thought, oh, it's exciting to be here. I had a wonderful holiday. And the first room we went into, it was the dock, well, the stock. So you've got this kind of courtroom, and you've got a judge there, and she's talking about crimes, and, you know, because at the end of the it's kind of a ride as well. You get hung, you go on this ride, and it's like a drop ride, so it's like you've been hung. And you go in, and she says, okay, you know, get in the docks, you know, get in the stocks there. You've committed a crime, and everyone has to boo everyone. And I got chosen for that. So they choose 3 people, and I got chosen, and it's fun, you know. So I was really enjoying it. I was getting into it. And then in the next room, I got chosen for something again. So I was really getting into it. You know, George was kind of standing in the corner watching me. And then in the third room, George got chosen for something as well. And he got singled out for something. So we were both having a lot of fun. And then we had to go through to the next room, and it's very dark in there. You know, it's very dark. It's how it's themed. And the door is open, and it's right where I was. So I was the first one going through this door, which I've never done before in these dungeons. I've never walked through the door first before. And I walk through the door, and I walk smack bang into a wall. And I honestly, like, it happened so quickly. I walked into this wall, and boom, all my nose, I hurt my nose. Okay, it's still hurting a little bit here right now. I was lucky I didn't break my nose. I hurt all my teeth and my mouth. It's a wonder I didn't split my lip. The impact was so forceful. But the moral of the story is this. Okay, I was all right, by the way. If you're wondering, oh my God, Liz, were you okay? I was all right. I had to go outside, and, you know, they had to fill an accident report form and sit me down a little bit because I was in a bit of shock, you know, and I was crying a little bit because I was in such shock because I was having such a nice time. And then that happened, and it shocked me. And I was talking to the angels because, you know, obviously I came out of there and I didn't feel good. I was upset. I felt like a fool because I'd walked into that wall. And I was like, oh, so I made a choice, and I saw guest services, and they rearranged all the holiday, well, the overnight stay. So we're going again in 2 weeks, and we're going to do the thing again. So we ended up coming home, and As I got in the car to drive back home, there was a ladybird. I don't know how it had got in there, but this is the power of heaven. There was a ladybird on the windowsill inside the car. And ladybirds are about luck and luck being on your side and everything being okay. It was just like a rainbow had come. And the angels were saying, it's okay, you're being protected, you're safe. You are safe, there's nothing to fear. Everything's working out beautifully. And I've relaxed in that moment. And I was talking to the angels and I thought, okay, how does this relate then to surrender? How does this relate to the twin flame journey? And the message came through so clear, it blew me away. As a divine feminine on this journey, what do? We learn to let go. We learn to surrender. We learn to have fun. We learn to give back to ourselves and really get enthralled in what we're doing. And we're in joy. And that's what I was doing. I was in joy. For those first 2 rooms, I was totally in joy. I was being included in everything and I was feeling excited. And then in the next room, George was being included in stuff. So you could also see that as jealousy. If the masculine has been included in things or the masculine is busy doing things without you, divine feminine, you may see that as, you may get jealous or you may get envious towards the people you may be spending time with. That could be a karmic partner, it could be a friend, it could be something completely different. But a little bit of jealousy creeps in there. So all that joy, that you were feeling and experiencing and kind of facing, something comes in to bring in a little bit of doubt there. And then as you're walking through the door, okay, what I should have done was carried on walking forward, but the bit I haven't told you about, and this is why, I actually George was behind me, I tried to turn around to reach out for him. I tried to hold his hand, but he wasn't there because it was dark, or he wasn't in that, he wasn't where I thought he was, and I walked smack bang into a wall. So sometimes when we're living our joy and we're loving life and giving back to ourselves, and then some doubt comes in or creeps in and we reach out to our twin and it doesn't go the way we expect it to, we can face a brick wall. We can walk slap bang into the wall. It can feel like we've walked into a wall and it hurts. It hurt me. It hurt my nose. It hurt my mouth. It hurt me. And it put me into shock because obviously it happened so quickly. And we can go into shock on this journey when things happen quickly. Whether, maybe you reached out and you got blocked, or, you checked on the social media and it seemed like they were in a relationship, or, something happened. You saw something you didn't like. It brought shock in, and it may have brought tears, pain, struggle, because you were operating this joy and then you've gone into pain. So the energy changed so quickly. And that's what I experienced, and that's what happens on this journey. And the angels really allowed me to experience that firsthand so I can talk about it again, to say, I understand. And even though I've been in union for 3 years, I still understand and feel the pain and the struggle of this journey, what we go through to achieve union and how painful it is. So the kind of moral of that message for me was, I shouldn't have tried to reach out for George. I should have trusted him to catch me up, and I should have trusted my own self to walk forward without him there. I didn't need him to hold my hand, to show me the way, or for me to feel good, to walk forward. Okay, I had the power to do that anyway, and I was protected by angels. So I walked forward, trying to get him, to find him, and walked into a wall. But everything happens for a reason. So also seeing the ladybird as a symbol of luck. So the fact that it happened, it was lucky. I felt like there was a reason. And yes, we were very tired, so maybe we shouldn't have gone on that day anyway. We may not have enjoyed the rest of the day. Something could have happened that would have brought in pain or struggle or some kind of drama. So that seeing that ladybird gave me the reassurance that all was well and that next time it will be better. And that's also what you're reminded of. If things are giving me fear, if things happen and change and don't go to plan, we're being reminded, they're giving me a lot of fear around that. Say if, for example, you have plans with your twin and then, he changes those plans at the last minute. It feels like a slap in the face. Feels like you've walked into a wall. You're like, why? But the ladybird, that sign, is a sign that all is well. And that's when you see the signs divine feminine. If something happens and something doesn't quite go to plan, or you get blocked, or, things go a different way, you see a sign that buoys your faith and it reminds you all is well, and that when you do meet up, when you are in union, it's going to be much better than you can even imagine. So that's what that ladybird showed to me, that everything is going to be okay. And it was, it worked out fine. The people sorted it out so that we can go back again in 2 weeks' time. And hopefully we'll have a much better time. I'm going to go in the dungeon again then, with a different wig on so they don't know it's me. But, these are the things that happen. So the big message coming through is, don't walk into that wall. Even though sometimes we walk into those walls for a reason. The pain wakes us up. It brings in clarity. It makes us stronger. It helps us to understand. And, I felt very silly when I came outside because I was crying and I was shocked. Whenever I go into shock, I tend to cry, oh. So I felt stupid. And that's how we feel on this journey. We feel stupid. We feel silly because we've allowed ourselves to behave that way or respond in that way, react in that way. We've allowed ourselves to be treated that way or to be hurt that way. And we have to forgive ourselves. So, I forgave myself for feeling that way. It was nothing to do with George. And, I was kind of taking it out a little bit on George. He was like, I haven't done anything, Liz. And I was like, I know it was my issue. It was my issue. So remember, when the masculine seems to be pushing you away, it's their issue. It's nothing to do with you. You haven't done anything wrong. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and understand that you were safe. And when things happen like this, they happen for a reason. And I know that I had to cry to kind of release some energy. Sometimes we hold things in or we don't show emotion and something happens, whether it's something that hurts our physical body that makes us cry or something upsets us that makes us cry, that releases that energy out. So always allow yourself to feel and to forgive yourself because you've done nothing wrong. It's okay to feel like a fool on this journey. We all do. But you get through it and you regain composure and you find your strength. So the message is, don't do what I do. Don't keep focusing on the way forward. You don't need your twin to move forward. Your twin will naturally catch you up, will naturally take your hand, will naturally be with you at the right time. Surrender the journey and you find peace. So I really wanted to share that with you because I found it fascinating that that's what I went through. I hope this helps. Have a great day. Don't walk into walls and I'll see you soon.